What's going on, guys? Ben from JK Gear and Gadgets, and welcome back to another video. This is a video I am excited to make, and I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for it. We are taking a look at an affordable throttle controller made by Hikit. Hikit makes models for the JK, the JL, and a bunch of other vehicles as well. If you've been subscribed to the channel, you've heard me talk about throttle controllers in the past, especially the iDrive. That's what I've been running for about a year, and I love it. Throttle controllers are a great way to change up how your Jeep drives. It removes a throttle lag completely, and they have a bunch of different adjustable settings on there that changes the way the Jeep drives completely. We are taking a look at the Hikit. I'm going to compare it to my iDrive and talk about some of the pros and cons of each. Honestly, the Hikit is a lot cheaper. I've had this on my Jeep for a few days now, so I've been able to test it out, and it works amazing. I have an awesome discount code for you guys, so stay tuned for that. Let's go bring this in the garage and compare this to the iDrive. All right, guys, before we go too far in depth and start checking out these throttle controllers, let me go ahead and tell you about the discount code I was able to get for you. Normally, the Hikit is $200, which already is a lot lower than some of the others on the market. But until March 24th, 2019, which is only about 10 days, you are able to get this for $130. That's $70 off and free shipping using the code JK Group. I'm gonna put all this in the video description so you can check it out. And hopefully, if you've been on the edge about getting a throttle controller, this will help sway your decision. It's an extremely low price, and I really want to thank Hikit for providing an amazing discount code for all you guys. But we'll talk about that later, and like I said, it will be in the video description. It is only valid until March 24th. If for some reason you can't get it until after that, I have arranged them to get a 10% off discount code, but $130, that is crazy. That's the biggest discount you will find anywhere on a throttle controller. Let's take a look at it up close. So here they are. We have our old iDrive and the new Hikit. They are very similar in looks and performance. I'll go ahead and say that. Got this about a year ago, paid $300 for it. And honestly, it's very simple. Install's really easy. You plug these into our factory gas pedal, mount this up on the dash, and we have different settings. I already did a full video on the iDrive. We can adjust our eco mode, ultimate mode, and automatic mode. The automatic mode is what really made the iDrive stand out, especially a year ago compared to some of the others on the market. However, this new Hikit has quite a few more options. I'll go ahead and say it. Very similar, still has the adhesive backing to throw on our dash, and we have our display, and we can do our changes right here. It does have an external processor, whereas the iDrive's processor is inside this screen and control module. So this allows, according to Hikit, to be a little faster and a little more powerful since it's able to have a bigger processor. Once again, it's going to plug right into our factory gas pedal, installs a breeze, and throw this up on the dash. Let me go ahead and open up the box and talk about some of the different modes that this throttle controller has. The first thing we're going to look at is all the different options that Hikit gives us. I'm going to go ahead and say there are a lot, and at first it can almost be kind of overwhelming. The great thing about the iDrive is that it's very simple. We had auto, eco, and ultimate mode, and of course off. Very user-friendly and really easy to use, whereas Hikit gives us a lot more options. At first, looking at this, I was kind of overwhelmed. I was like, what in the world? How am I going to remember all this when I'm driving? But luckily, it actually makes it really easy. So let's check it out. We have a cruise mode, sport mode, auto mode, racing mode, off or original mode, economy mode, an anti-theft throttle lock, which is pretty cool, jump into overtake mode. Of course, we have to set our auto or manual transmission, and an ambient light sensor. I'm going to go ahead and say that two that I didn't really notice a difference between was sport mode and racing mode. It felt like a very fast throttle input. I didn't notice a big difference between those two, but cruise mode was pretty cool. Auto mode was just like the iDrive. It automatically kind of adjusts to your throttle input. That's probably what I'm going to leave it on. Racing mode is fun. It's freaking fast. Off, it's almost like this isn't even there. Back to your original throttle. Economy mode, like I said in the other video, for guys on 37s or 40s, the eco mode really isn't that user-friendly. You almost need all the power that your engine can put out, especially when you're on bigger tires. But I will say that the Hikit eco mode was a little more drivable than the iDrive eco mode. So that was pretty cool. But the main difference between these two is a few options that is very smart. ambient light sensor. Since this is going to go up on our dash where we can easily change the settings, at night the blue LED light can be very distracting. So with the ambient light sensor, it adjusts that light, which is awesome. Another big thing that I really like is the jump into overtake mode. So suppose we're cruising down the highway in eco mode trying to save some gas, and we need to pass some freaking jack we're having that just cut us off. All we have to do is press mode once, and it's automatically going to put it into the highest racing mode. So it's going to be extremely fast. We're going to pop out of eco mode and be able to pass somebody. Hit mode again, and it puts us back right where we were. So that is awesome. Whereas the iDrive, if we were in eco mode, we'd have to switch over to our other mode and set our throttle sensitivity. Whereas this one button is going to put us to the fastest mode with a click of a button. So that is really neat, but there's a lot of different options. All of them aren't going to be exactly useful. The ones I'm going to use the most is going to be racing mode and of course automatic mode. That was my main favorite thing about the iDrive, is the automatic mode. It was awesome. There's really not too much else to talk about here. Very, very simple. We're going to plug this into our factory gas pedal. There is no way I'm going to be able to get my camera up in there. I can barely fit, but we're going to plug it in, find a spot on the dash to put this thing, and go test it out. Got everything buttoned up, and as you can tell, I actually changed the location. One thing I will say is that the Hikit is just like the iDrive. It does not like to stick to this plastic at all. So if you're going to put it on trim plastic that has a wrinkled surface, you're going to have to use a little bit of super glue. Before you do that, make sure it's in a spot that you really want it. Originally, I was going to have it on the right side there, but I decided to move it over to the left side since I have a manual transmission. It's easier to shift and then adjust this on the fly with my left hand if needed. But before we actually go take it for a test drive, we're going to turn our keys on and check out some of the modes. So it pops up just like this. If you have an automatic transmission, we're going to have to change that. H is for manuals and A is for auto. So to change it to auto, press the up button. Boom, auto. To change it back down to a manual, which is H, hold the down button. Now to change our modes, we're just going to press mode and fly through them. Automatic mode, eco mode, off. CO, cruise mode, sport mode, the Hikit, race mode, and you can adjust each one individually up and down. The higher the number, the more drastic that mode is. So if we're in eco mode, if you want it to have a very, very slow throttle response, so you're not on the throttle burning gas, the higher that is, the more extreme that's going to be. If we want to more, put it down to more of like a stock feeling, we'd go down lower to about 1. But one of the great things about the Hikit is how easy it is to revert to the fast settings. So if we don't make any changes within 5 to 10 seconds, suppose we're cruising along in eco mode, we want to get some power real quick and pass somebody, we're going to press mode and it's going to go right back to the high setting. Awesome. That is really neat. My iDrive did not have that option. With my iDrive, there were a lot of times when I was cruising in auto mode and I wanted to get to the really fast throttle response mode, and I had to sit here and press through the modes to get to it. Where this one, if we're just cruising, press that. Actually, you got to wait a few seconds. About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and boom, it puts it in the fast throttle response mode. So that is awesome. But with that being said, we are good to go. We're going to take this on a test drive. This is it's a hard thing to show because it's more of a driver mod. You feel it, you really can't see it. You feel that throttle response happen a lot quicker opposed to stock. In my last video I did with the iDrive, I actually showed a 0 to 60 difference, and with this in the most responsive mode, it actually was quicker. It's not adding power, but it is allowing our throttle to respond quicker. And if you floor it, it's going to open up a lot quicker than that normal throttle lag. So it is going to increase your speed, but it's not adding power. So I'm going to switch over to the GoPro. We're going to go drive around and we're going to talk about how I like it. Now that we have everything installed, it's time to go drive around and test it out. Like I said, I've already had this for the past 3 days, been through all the modes, and they're all pretty impressive. For me, the eco mode is useless. I'm on 40s with the 3.8, but all the other modes are definitely a noticeable improvement over stock. Now, comparing them to the iDrive, is there a big difference? Not really. Honestly, it feels exactly the same. All the modes honestly feel like the iDrive, which is still really good, based on the fact that it is only $130 for the discount code for you guys. Changing the modes is really easy. Still has that automatic function, which is honestly one of the best things about these styles of throttle controllers. And it has more features. Will I use all of them? Probably not. The one thing that I am actually really happy about is the automatic brightness, how that changes. So at night it's gonna dim down a little bit, whereas my iDrive didn't do that. That's a neat function. Honestly guys, I think it's a good purchase. I'm happy with how it drives. I am gonna keep it on. I really did like my iDrive, but the difference between the two is negligible. We'll see the long-term reliability of this. I will make another video on this. If for some reason something happens, something breaks, I'll be sure to let you guys know. But for now, honestly, I'm very satisfied with this purchase, and I would definitely recommend it to you guys. So once again, that discount code is valid until March 24th. Not that long, but 130 bucks is an awesome discount. That's low. And that code is JK Group. They're doing it pretty much as a group buy. So if you're looking for anybody else that wants one of these, or they might not even know about it, let them know. Tell them this is a great chance to get a throttle controller that works amazing at a great price. Like I said, they have it for a JK and they have it for a JL, for all you JL owners that watch my videos. But that's it guys. Honestly, there's nothing I can show you. If you want to know more about how throttle controllers work, what they do, and a little further in-depth review video, check out the video I posted a long time ago on throttle controller. I think you probably just search JK throttle controller and you'll see my video up there. I go into depth. I actually do a 0 to 60 test, but this thing does not add power, but it allows your throttle response to operate quicker so you can get up to speed faster because your throttle is responding a lot quicker. I'm kind of rambling on. If you have any questions about this, let me know in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer them. And hopefully that discount code is going to help out one of you guys. Honestly, it is a product I recommend. It works great and it's really easy to install. Thanks for watching guys. Like always, give this video a big old thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more Jeep videos. Peace.